For me, school wasn't my thing. I didn't really enjoy being in a classroom all day.
You know, I like moving around, I like interacting with people. I like welding, you know.
My dad's a farmer out of Havana, so I was always on the farm surrounded by machinery and stuff like that. Going through school, I was always interested in math and science, so that kind of led to the engineering field. I like the idea of putting things together and taking them apart.
I kind of like that aspect of being able to work with my hands and, you know, make stuff.
My title is Manufacturing Process Engineer. So I go around the plant and figure out how to make things work a lot smoother.
I knew the basics. I didn't know all the details and everything that went into it. When I first thought about, going to work for manufacturing, I was like, I'm going to be in the shop. In the office even, I mean, we have sales, we have engineering, we have estimating, we have accounting, we have purchasing, secretarial positions. There's so many different opportunities.
Manufacturing is so broad, almost any skill set can come in and be successful, so you just got to find your niche and go for it.
I didn't think at a young age like this I could get a job like this. I thought they were looking for like older guys.
A lot of these jobs take a lot of training, but the company's willing to put that time and that effort into developing these skills for their workers.
Every question I had was answered. They didn't turn me out on my own until I was comfortable and they were comfortable.
And they make sure you get it before they send you out on your own to learn.
You want people that are going to get along with everybody, they're personable, driven to excel forward and get better at what they do.
You have like a mechanical type of mind and like geometry is kind of part of it.
What motivates me to do my best is getting the job done correctly.
When I see parts that, that I can tell that are going to be difficult, I'm like, I want to try those. I want to do them to show myself I can do them.
I mean, you get a nice smooth weld on something that you haven't done before. You got to pull your buddy over and say, hey, look at this. That is awesome. I can't believe I just did that.
When you really nailed it is when you go out in the field and you see your part in operation, When
I look over and there's a John Deere combine, I probably saw at least 15 parts from the roadside going by at 50 mile an hour that I could say, hey, I welded those. And it's just a really cool feeling.
I view it that I'm just a little part of like a great big picture.
I used to hand make the walkways for road graders and big dump trucks. If you ever seen a big old mining truck, it's like, 80 feet up in the air. You fall, you're gonna be kind of chapped at somebody. It's just really rewarding knowing that somebody else is using something that I made.
It's terrible when you have to go into a job and you really don't want to be there. Here, I anticipate coming, and not just doing the job, but more so interacting with everybody and seeing everybody smile and having conversations with people. That's what makes my day.
To be honest, I thought that I would come into a manufacturing environment and be stuck at a machine maybe all day. Generally, it's an environment where there are educated people who are problem solving and they're innovative every day. That's what I really enjoy.
Growing up, I always thought it was, it would be like dark and gloomy. You just think, you think like all these old guys slaving away at their job for the last 28 years, this dark, dirty foundry. It was not what I thought it was at all. Here, everybody's very friendly, a friendly atmosphere, and they treat you really well. And it's not dark and it's not gloomy.
Before, I thought like all you would do in a factory is make parts, but there's so many more positions. You can do IT, you can do an office position, you can do HR, you can sort work orders, and there's just a broad range, and there is something that can fit almost anybody here.
The perception is that machine shops are dirty and it's grueling, backbreaking labor, and the jobs are miserable and you work terrible hours, and it's not that anymore. It used to be. But anymore, it's computerized machines, it's technology, it's clean shops, it's not backbreaking work like most people our age think it might be.
Some people say it's dirty and stuff, but it's really not. It's just like how you keep your place clean when you're working.
It's not like we just come in here and do the same thing. We get jobs that, need to be out by a certain time and a certain amount of jobs you have to get done.
Yeah, every day is a new challenge, but a good challenge. It's not stressful. It's exciting every day.
It's long hours, it's hard work, but it's fun. If you're doing what you like, that doesn't matter.
And this is a place that as long as you're willing to work, you can really move up and accomplish what you want here.
I went to a small shop and I applied. I said, I don't know much, but I want to learn. I am eager to learn. If you teach me, I will learn. That's all it took.
Work hard, just be a good person. And you know, if you work hard, people are going to notice.
Being in manufacturing, I was able to buy my own house. I feel like I'm a step ahead of everybody else I graduated with.
I got started off in the paint room, which is entry level, just packing out parts and painting parts and getting them shipped out. Right now I'm an inspector for a sediment analysis. We test cleanliness of parts that are going to CAT.
If you get to the engineering side of things, there's a lot of room to go on to other fields of engineering, so it's pretty expansive.
I want to try to become an engineer, probably go to school next year, a couple of years down the road.
Being in the shop and knowing like how the parts run and everything, and then going to engineering school and learning, that gives me the edge so that I'll know more about the parts and how they run them.
In the spring, I'm going to go to Bradley for engineering, welding engineer.
A welder that started here, he eventually moved up to a welding supervising position, and now he actually moved into our engineering department. You know, it kind of helps having his point of view on things now, so it's good.
If you'd asked me a year ago, hey, what are you going to be doing? What's your career going to be? Oh, I'm going to work for a company that builds parts for rock crushers.
Yeah.
Never would have thought that.
Right.
It turns out I found something that's actually really cool.
For some strange reason, this is where my life has led me. Something like destiny, you know? I couldn't have asked or prayed for a better job. So, you know, I enjoy it, and I see myself doing this for years, many years to come. So.
You go to take a leap out there into the real world and you're like, whoa, you know, what's going to happen? But everything's worked out good for me so far. So far, so good. So.
I see myself hopefully moving up in the company, you know, one day halfway running this place, you know. Sky's the limit.